Hey everyone! Welcome to the second week in Budz's Farm Stories. We actually skipped last week because we were all up north enjoying the Memorial Day weekend, and we hope you guys were outside enjoying the beautiful weather as well. For this week's episode, we are going to be talking about the organic farming practices that we use here at Budz Butter. But before I dive into that, I'll give you a little update on the plants. So, as you can see, all around me, there's a lot more green. These guys have sprouted. I swear, probably in the last 2 days, they have grown like 2 inches. So this is the CBG. So this is the Opulent 2, and this is the CBD strain Eclipse that we are growing this year. So they're getting pretty large. We're thinking that this week we'll be having some fans coming in here. And in next week's episode, I'll talk a little bit more about why we bring fans into the greenhouse and run them and kind of what their purpose is. But we're going to be moving forward with the process with these, and we'll be getting these guys ready to head out to the field. So when it comes to the way we kind of run the farm, we do this not only by choice, but we're required to by law to kind of use organic farming practices from start to finish. Absolutely no pesticides are allowed to be used, which is something I'm totally on board for, because that is something that just it is not needed. And so even when we start these guys just in the cups like this, we use an organic soil, and for a fertilizer we use worm castings. And for the fertilizer that we use out in our field, this year we're doing worm castings as well. We did that last year too, but this year, in addition to the worm castings, we are using horse manure. So it actually works out beautifully that Levi's aunt, who lives next door, has horses. So that way we're able to take a load off of her. Literally we're literally able to take some of that, off her hands and able to put it to good use, and be able to give these guys some of the nutrients that they need. So when it comes to fertilizing, everything is very organic and naturally based. And when it comes to weed control, we do everything by hand. So last year, I guess I'll put it into scale here, we had about 3,600 plants on 3.5 acres, and the weeds started to kind of overgrow the height of the plants. So the plants then were not getting enough sunlight and were, getting blocked by the weeds. So between hand pulling all the weeds and using a rototiller, Levi says that he spent about 100 hours using a rototiller to get all the weeds out of the field, which, I mean, that is an astronomical number of hours. I remember his hands were like, they were kind of like stuck like this for a good week or so. But this year we planned a little bit better. We're gonna have our plants spaced out a lot more, so therefore we can have a tiller hooked up to the tractor or the 4-wheeler and have enough space between the rows that we can just run up and down them and have things be a lot smoother that way. We are also in the process of getting our facility and our field organically certified. Unfortunately, due to coronavirus, this is something that has been kind of put on the back burner, but we are, moving forward with that, and that's something that we're very excited for the future. We take pride and do everything organically. I mean, it requires a little extra work, but it's all worth it because you want to have a product that doesn't have pesticides and have chemicals in it that's not needed, and things that are not healthy and good for your body. So yeah, that's a little update on how things are going here, and kind of the way we try to make the best products in the best possible way. So if you guys have any more questions or are curious of other things that we do here, just let us know, and we'll see you next week to kind of talk about this next stages in the greenhouse and how we're getting these plants ready for the great outdoors. Take care, guys.